Okay, that should have my audio fixed now. How we doing tonight, guys? Excited to have another Gundam webcam locals tonight. Go ahead and I can switch over to our view. There we go, guys. Long time no see. Long time no see. Had a nice 2-week break from webcam locals just to kind of like get a breather from Vegas. I know I personally needed it. I was dead. Vegas was a very good week. It was a very good weekend. A lot of things I think happened really well when we were playing, or not playing, but running the event. And it just feels nice to be back in own little schedule back here in the apartment, running these webcam events again for y'all. Oh, I know I need to get this view up. There we go. I am running things solo here tonight. Just Eagle X here. Just like the good old days when we were getting started. For anyone who does not know, I ran Digimon tournaments for, gosh, months on my own, doing everything by myself, and it just became a whole lot. So anytime I needed to do anything webcam, it just took a lot more out of me. But now I get like the flexibility of streaming if I want to stream, the flexibility of just taking a backseat and watching the games. Because honestly, it's a really fun thing. Being able to watch my own tournaments and just not work it, like, it is content I love watching. And that's why I even run these tournaments in the first place. It's not really about making money, because a lot of times these events, they run at a break even. And I know I've mentioned that before for Digimon, like, I was just buying boxes from my LGS to help them move products. And those are the boxes I use for price support, and that's what I, like, basically scheduled out everything to be. And we've kind of evolved and grown over time of what everything looks like for webcam locals, what makes it a smoother and fast-paced process, what gets people excited to play, what type of pricing can we do. We've even done giant events like the online NTC. That was probably my biggest like dollar amount invested into a single event in a long time. I used to do case tourneys for Digi. They never really hit the high caps, so I turned them to progressive case tourneys just to take away some of the risk, but make it rewarding for people to come play. But here we are, just using the prize wall system has alleviated a lot of like I wouldn't say issues, but it makes it more simple for everyone. But here we have two players on the screen. We got Baonao on one side and Kuma on the other. These are some of our stronger, more practiced players, and we see what looks like to be, is that Dual Gundam, I believe it is, on one side against a Rick Diaz, so something white against something red. Estot's been playing Wing basically since he's joined these online events. He's been a very strong player, but we're seeing Buster Gundam come down here. So that means we have Zaft. Got the Atherin link. We're going to be supporting +2. Swing on swing. And we do have Breach also. Atherin allowing us to attack the active. Let me just pull up, because I don't know the Zaft cards by heart. I know they're gimmick, but I can't say I actually know what all the cards do. If you have 5 or more AP, you have Breach 3. Okay, that's what that Zaft unit is. It is a dual Gundam. It's not the one that plays from top of deck. That's what I was thinking of. I recognized the suit, but I just didn't recognize the card art. That makes more sense. And we got white-red on the other side with a Legao. Did everyone agree just to, like, play Zaft tonight? I don't know, Zaft gamers, everyone rise up if you're playing Zaft. But I think it's just also, like, part of the meta spread of, like, hey, we want to hate on blue-purple. Let's play something different. Let's play something that hates on blue-purple, which, honestly, red does a great job of doing, and we're seeing some of those red kill commands, close combat coming in here. You typically see force close combats for improved techniques as like hate cards for blue purple because it finishes off the math really well. But what you give up on the other side, if you're hitting on blue-purple, is your consistency into any other matchup. But if your format is so heavy on blue-purple, it's going to be correcting itself eventually. And even though blue-purple took the majority of top spots in Vegas, I don't think it's the only playable deck in format. I think we have a lot of playable things into this format. Of course, the key parts being, are you playing the blue Amuro package? Are you playing the red kill card package? Or are you playing some other of white blocker package? Which, having 3 different packages, it's a pretty solid starting point for a set 3 format. But how are we feeling though tonight, chat? We excited for this riveting Zaft gameplay? I think we're getting a little bit of lag here. But everything's visible here, just a few frames behind. Yeah, I know I briefly touched on Vegas, but like I said, I work side events. Side events are day 0 where it's just LCQ side events. Pretty smooth, can't complain about that. Move us forward to day 1 side events. For the most part, I would say like 80% of stuff ran super well. Like, there's a small hiccup on just communication and some gaps there, which we improved on for day 2. And guess what? Day 2, you couldn't even tell there was like any major issues. We just had crazy demands. Like, the auto matching for One Piece, I thought was probably the best thing we added. And the auto matching was just such a nice feature. For anyone who doesn't know, auto matching, if you guys ever play like MSA Online, you play Hearthstone, you play Pokemon Pocket, any digital client game, if you queue up and you want to play a game, you'll match into someone randomly. Auto matching was basically the IRL version of that at side events. For anyone who paid to join the side event, you can auto match into people. I think we're picking up a few more frames here. We're looking a little rough. Give a moment here, see if it picks up. I know we normally don't have crazy latency issues. But yeah, supporting all our Zap units, doing our wombo combos. Honestly, if it's just a white-red versus a white-red mirror, I think it comes down to who has more breach units and who has like a closing link to get through blockers. Because once you get a Zap pair down, that's when you can start making momentum and headway. Yeah, we're just resetting our camera here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just resetting the camera. Infinitely better camera quality. Yeah, I think we're just going to start walking through our turn a little bit better now. But anyways, so yeah, that I think that's the macro for this matchup in particular. It's just coming down to who has the Atherin links to get through the blockers and to breach damage progressively. Kind of like what Blue-Red Aggro did. Like, you technically had 2 level 4 links to be aggressive with, one of them being Amuro to tap down blockers, then Atherin to swing over weenies and like any aggro mirrors. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of what your macro is for this matchup still. Is you're utilizing the Atherin links to swing over the little guys, ideally blockers. And there we go, close combat coming in. 2 damage, pump on Aegis, leaving it with 1 left. And then turn path. So we have to find a way to ping 1 damage. And if we're playing white-red, that means Providence is probably going to be coming up for these Zaft decks. And basically a Providence link says on swing, you ping damage for every 4 increments of damage you have. And I'm seeing, what was it, 5 resources. Yep, for Providence, 1 for Ra. No, Atherin. I'm pretty sure it only links with Ra, so you're pretty much just putting a pilot underneath as stat sticks right now. Oh, for the pair to get more attack on your units. That's what we're doing it for. Then Legao goes in. Legao on swing. We get ping damage now because we have the amplifier from Providence. Yeah, Legao needs to be a 5 to do 2 damage. Yeah, so that's how we got rid of the Aegis. And we want to protect our Providence when we have that on the field. Okay, that checks out. That checks out. So now it's how long can you make Providence get value for and last, I suppose. You know, that wasn't even something I was thinking about when I was thinking about matchup for the macro. I was just thinking like set 1 white red Zaf and set 2 white red Zaf. Totally blinking the key new card that we get in set 3 Providence. And honestly, Providence is a card that if you get 2 of them sticking on board, the wing matchup becomes really free because you can just have the Providence's swing by taking no damage from Wing 0, and then they clear a Wing 0 before he even gets a chance to respawn. Because, let's see, if you have 2 Providences on field with the Ra, what's your stat line? Because you have during pair, all Zaf units gain, was it 2 attack? Yeah, all your Zaf units get plus 2 AP. So if you have 2 paired Providences, let's just say you have a Ra underneath, you go to 6, you go to 8, you go to 10. So if you have any way to amplify up to 12, that's 3 damage. So you're swinging like 3 damage, kill command. Or you can even do 2 damage, kill command, like a Battle of Aces. And that math cleans up pretty well. But yeah, got 14 players tonight though, so it should be a pretty clean bracket tonight. Run through after this, we'll have 7 undefeated. 7 goes to either 4-3, and then 4-3 goes to either 2 or 1, depending how down pairs work for the matches. But for all 5 of y'all joining tonight, welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying the gameplay so far. You know, I just honestly sniped this table, and it's kind of a fun one to watch. Seeing some Providence action, white-red both sides. White-red was kind of like that fun sleeper deck we had. Oh, and give me just a moment. Got a quick judge call. I'll be right back. I'll leave this. Be right back. Hey guys.
Hello.
What's up?
Right now, I'm not getting any audio from my opponent. I see he's played a card, and what I just want to see if it's trouble on my end or trouble.
Hey, Fangs, can you say something real quick?
Yeah, can you hear me, Eagle?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear both of y'all. Okay, so let's try this.
So,
Normally what helps is if we hop to a new table. Can you both try hopping to table 10?
10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of y'all hop to table 10. It's normally like a weird Discord issue. Let's try resetting at table 10, see if that fixes it.
Alright, I'll be right there.
Microphone on mute. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I always try giving like privacy for the judge calls, and I realize when I'm streaming I need to like mute certain stuff. Yeah, it's just tech issues. You never know what's going to happen for webcam stuff, but that's 90% of judge calls. It's just like, hey, something's happening tech issue wise, and 90% of the time you can fix it by having them hop to a different table. For whatever reason, just a Discord issue sometimes. But let's see if there's a Providence in trash. It probably came from swing into shields. We have a Providence on field with the Atherin still. Yeah, sorry guys, I missed a pivotal turn there, but we are back and we can put together the best pieces we can here. And it looks like Kuma just put as much pressure as he could against Bonao here. So if we're sitting with our 8 AP at Providence, it means we're pinging 2 damage. 2 damage doesn't really clean up anything by itself, so we need a little bit of support for damage here. Okay, so we got 3 in the Providence from our swing, and we put the 2 in the Legao. Do you have like a perfect strike to bounce Legao? I mean, I don't think you really want to bounce it, because it gives them a link to swing back with. I think you're just, yeah, going to 1-for-1 there. That's fine. You don't mind 1-for-1s. Just how much value can you really get from Providence being played? There's Justice Gundam getting our 2-2 blocker token. And it looks like we might have an Atherin to go with it. No, close combat just to finish off the math. And that's fine. We always take that. Like, I don't think we actually touched that body in any of our trades. Like, it just came from, like, residual damage that built up from pings. So what do you guys think about red into this format? I think red's probably the funnest splash you can play right now. When I say splash, it's just like, it's the anti-meta color. I don't like losing to meta, especially if meta's aggro. I always like being teched out for it. If it looks like we get our trade in there. So we're looking at relatively small hand sizes. We don't have show resolve, so you don't really go hand plus in any interaction. You love Red Casino. Hey, Danny, how we doing? So yeah, red is a casino too. Like if you're talking about like the burst effects, that definitely does come up. It's the most interactive color, I think, too, though, just because of the action time you use it the most. You really like doing math, and the math comes from swings and trades a lot of the time. Of course, there's some where it's like you can be very oblivious to needing to interact on board with like meaningful trades, but you can set it up, especially with like if you're on a K-Shat package, a Quebly package. You want to try Red Clan? I mean, Clan got a lot better because you got improved techniques. And not to mention you got a 1-drop. I don't know how much the 1-drop actually comes up, but it was something I was memeing on for the longest time. Of like, we need a 1-drop for Clan. Then we got it. I just never built Clan. Like, I have the bricks. I just put them in my starter deck box recently. And yeah, that's fine. Like, I think that's part of a healthy metagame. It's like, sure, we might think one deck's like the best deck in format, but if we get a chance where we can start adapting our metagame with like anti-meta picks and it causes the meta to cycle and shift into a new deck becomes better, it's like a flavor of like the week, I think that's really cool. I think Clan has the best mid-range. Like, tell me a deck that has a better mid-range engine than Clan. I think Clan just has the best one. Straight up. A lot of it coming from good math and numbers, another bit from good value, because you have Machu, so you effectively get a draw and link. Because, like, how often are you really missing your clan hits? I guess it's if it's like a command, Machu misses. So that's like maybe 10 cards in your deck. But you have more setup for it, too, with the, what's the green pilot's name? Suji, when Suji comes up. You can help stack and scry the deck a little bit more. It's not like the 01 Sniper Zaku that scries top of your deck, adds a Xeon, Neo Xeon to hand. I don't remember. It was red. It was a 0-1 that had support 1. It was so bad because it had no attack. If it had at least one attack point, that card would probably be played. Oh, we haven't even talked. We have a level 1 search command too for the deck. That's pretty nice. Because we have that for Celestial Being. It's like the Tactical Visionary, and then we have the Schoolgirl event. You play a blue, purple mid-range. You don't think aggro is the only way you can play it. The pings make it really potent as a mid-range control deck. Oh yeah, I agree 100%. I think that Clan is a great mid-range deck. And the mid-range aspect really stemming from blue-purple, sorry, I said Clan. Blue-purple is a very mid-rangey deck. If you build it that way, you have draw cards, you have damage cards, and you can just play this really solid mid-game where you can put mid-sized threats against the control decks. Like Lupus is your main like focus in that. I'm trying to think what's like big on the blue side. Like, what's your biggest blue card you would put in that deck for mid range? Is it just Gramps and NT1? NT1 is pretty good though. Like, I tried NT1 for the first time, like right before Vegas. That card felt really good. I don't know if I would make it like a main staple in the deck, but I really like it as a side link. Yeah, the NT1, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. The level 8 G-Cox Loki may be the second best LR from set 3 behind the O. I'll be honest, I think it's better than the O. Like, as a standalone card, I think the level 8 G-Quux is better. Of course, it's the bigger guy, it costs more, it's going to do more when you play it, right? But I think the G-Quux is honestly just much better than the O. The O just needs a better format to shine, but I'm not going to argue by saying they're not the top two cards. I think they are the top two LRs in the set. Now, if we're talking cards as a whole, I think Improved Techniques is in that top like 2, top 3 category. I think it might be more impactful than the O right now, but long run, I think it's going to be a card you will see played in red decks, or at least in early formats. It kind of reminds me of like early Digimon. For anyone who played early Digimon, there is cards and staples that were so necessary to play the game in like set 1, set 2, set 3. Set 5 comes around, you don't play those staples anymore. I mean, that's just the nature of TCGs. Now, for One Piece, it's a little different because your identity is locked behind the color, and if you want to play any engine, you have to have the searchers. Oh yeah, when we add the rares Adept, yeah. Adept is crazy. Honestly, guys, think about the game. How do you think the game would do if Adept was in set 2 instead of set 3? Set 2 would have been a lot better, but oh my gosh, we probably could have had a tier 0 format in set 2 if Adept was in set 2. Like, I was talking with Taidana about that. I'm like, honestly, the fact they're staggering out support for blue-purple, I think was a really good decision from the dev team. Because if you tossed in Adept into set 2, I think a lot of people would have left Gundam. Kind of like what happened in Fusion World. You had a set 2 tier 0 format with Topku. And I think they're really trying to push away from that happening. Now, of course, this is like 3 seconds of like thought of a hypothetical that never happens, but it'd be a lot crazier. Justice Blue White might be able to come back. That build is nice into aggro. Yeah, it was. It was. Well, that's the issue, Danny. Like, if we didn't have the red-blue command spam, what's keeping blue-purple in check? Like, that's the issue I would have had, I think, if we had Adept in set 2 instead of set 3. Or at least hoping they would add, like, improved techniques in set 2. But then I feel like that's just so much, like, strong commands to, like, not get excited for set 3 about. Because, like, we see what happens if you try introducing archetypes. They're just pretty weak off the rip. Here, let me go to my Facecam here. Facecam, hey guys, this is me. This is all my product for webcam pricing. Like, we got all our, right up there, we got set 1 boxes, set 2 boxes. The set 3 boxes are, like, in the corner over here. Pardon my ugly face, though. This is a horrendous haircut, by the way. Went to the barber shop the other day, and I think it's the absolute worst haircut I've ever had in my life. Okay. Oh, let me put pairings. Everyone submitted. Guys, we finished with like 8 minutes left in the round. I want to give people a heads up before we actually push through. Okay, TO duties. Let me do that first. Gundam pilots. All round 1 pairings are submitted. Please confirm the results. Push round 2 pairings. 3 minutes. Admin dashboard end round. Give people a moment here. Okay, so let me hop back in the chat with y'all. But yeah, no, I don't think it would have been too fun if we had. Oh gosh, what happened here? Not trying to record anything. Just a moment. I'm being a boomer, guys, with my webcam stream setup. I haven't done this in so long. Oh, where did it all go? I clicked on something I didn't want to. I don't know, guys. I might have broke something here. You think Eagle would know how stuff works. Okay, we're getting a little closer. We're getting a little closer. Hey, there we go. Okay. I kinda got it. I kinda got it. I'm not back where I was, and there we go. Okay. You're still on the hunt for another blurple answer other than red-blue. You think a control-style blue-purple can counter the aggro blue-purple? Maybe CB can do it? So CB has a few issues. The big issue with CB, in my mind, first of all, is the card quality is kind of whatever right now. The base is great, but you have vanilla stat units, and the vanilla stat units just don't do a lot. Like, they have to be egregiously oversat for that base to be meaningful. You like slower blue, purple, and aggro variant, but downside is green white cooks you. Yeah, it does. Okay, 2 minutes and 1 minute we'll have next round pairings. Oop. Apparently I have a way to do transitions on the stream. I'm learning a lot today, guys. I don't know how my stream works entirely still. To think I used to do this like every week, and it was never that clean, but it's better than what it was. Okay. Let me go ahead. Go up here, here. Pairings. Admin dashboard. Pair next round. No. Then all I do is grab that, drop that. You guys get to watch how I TO'd today. Let me go ahead and just modify this message so it will say Gundam pilots. Okay, let's see. What are the options we have here? Oh, what's table 3 hold for us? No, let's go table 3. I think table 3 could be fun, but I think it's kind of what you would expect results to be for it, but that's fine. That's fine. Oh, look, we're already at table 3. And look at that. There's our stream setup. Oh, I have the wrong thing on. Let me see. There we go. Is that better? Apparently I have this queue up stage now where I have to transition the next thing up. Anyways, y'all saw my face. Y'all see my horrendous haircut. And now we're back to the gameplay, right? Yeah, no, green white can't greed anymore. Like, okay, so we were talking about how there's different variants of wing, right? Or at least I was briefly. So, breaking down Wing, you basically have three builds you will see being played right now. Build 1 is the build you saw at Vegas, the Dynames build. The reason you play Dynames build right now is so you have a level 4 link to answer aggro. That's the main reason you're playing it. Like, your side package of swing into the little guy so little guy doesn't hurt me, it's not bad. The next package you have is your Chang package. Chang package you see as the anti, it's like your greedy build. It's your anti-blocker build. 5 damage with Ultron into a blocker, boom, the O's gone. That's how you beat blue-white. You play the Ultron package, you play Chang. Dynames doesn't really offer that value. And then the third build's like kind of this weird, more, I don't know if it's necessarily off meta build, but it's like the aggro breach build. I don't think it's super great. There's probably another variant or two I just am not thinking of right now. I guess you can consider like the command slinger variant with like 4 unforeseens, with like awaken potential maybe as an option. But I haven't seen anyone try that one personally. Or at least not since like set 2. Set 2, you were emphasizing a little bit more. Is like unforeseen incident and then unforeseen incident with just striker packs. Like you're just playing commands that are defensive. Well, it looks like we play Healthy Curiosity for 1 at level 3 against Blue Purple that has 2 weenies already down. So we're going to pump the first 2 damage on the base. Second 2 damage on the base. Base is cracked, guys. But yeah, like, I think as a whole, that's like a really quick way to explain green-white. Like, green-white's in this dilemma, kind of like what blue-white was in set 2, where you either tech for the wing matchup, or you tech for the aggro matchup, and you just can't tech for both consistently. Yeah, double gem, followed by gem clone and Resil clone. So we're going to queue up our improved techniques there. I'll be honest, I don't know if I really like the use of it on the main timing there. I think I would have held it for action timing in case he had a link. Because now we're just going to be eating up 3 damage here, right? Healthy Curiosity, no burst effect. Stratagem, no burst effect. Good anti-aggro card, just no burst effect. Corsica out of life, just 5 HP. I say just a 5 HP base. That's not bad, guys. It requires an RX link to get through it now. Or if we don't do an RX link, what's the other option? I guess a Barb link also gets us there. Go and play our own Corsica. With the Corsica, we get the Goose, and we get the draw. Got 1 resource still. Do we have another 1-drop to accompany it? Nope. Turn pass. So 2 Gray's custom foils, 1 gem foil. K-Shat on Link. We got the Merida, right? Yeah, we got the Merida. Making sure it wasn't the Amuro, just to cry a little bit. Okay, so you're loading up 1 damage on the Goose. Yeah, you swing, you put the other damage on the Goose. Swing into another Gray's custom. So that's the Link we needed right away. The control dilemma. Blue-white probably got the short end of the stick. We need to commit even more deck space for anti-aggro. Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's just like what we were saying, though. Like, you can only tech so much for each way, right? Blue-white's just in this awkward spot because all the new Jupiter's units, they're great. They're just higher level. And you don't even get to level 7 against blue-purple if you don't have heavy techs for it half the time now. Okay, so we kamikaze 1 guy into K-Shat. This gem goes into base. So do we have like adepts coming down? We probably have an adept to queue up the last damage, right? If you don't have adept queuing the last damage, it's a gun tank or an Anksha or a Mika. I doubt we have Mika because you would have Mika linked ideally at this point. Hyakrin. And there's the adepts I was talking about. You probably want to queue that onto your gem, right? Just in case you get Battle of Aces. Because Battle of Aces can come down. I guess, oh, it's same diff. You're just getting rid of the 2-4 instead of the 2-2. I think I liked putting the 1 damage on the gem more because it's a body you can interact with, so let's maximize the interaction there and minimize the interaction with our other cards, especially since stats might matter later. But we got rid of the K-Shot, and that was like objective 1 we had to do there. So 3 is improved technique. Nope. RX, Amuro, okay. So you probably rest the Yakrin here because your goal is to maximize your base HP. Then we're doing intern repair, 1 resource up. So we could have a stealth stratagem coming down against the gym. I mean, vanillas are basically like a signature of early Bondi card sets. Like, you're going to play this vanilla because it has a crazy stat line into this deck. And that's something that you just only see in, like I was saying, early games, early formats. You don't really see it in, like, late games as much. The last time in One Piece I can think of a stat line being that relevant, gosh, it's probably Katakuri stuff. Just so you couldn't be Sakazuki'd as easily. But Sakazuki could always Sakazuki, you know, like... I'm trying to think if we had any DP thresholds. It looks like we got a Gujin rebate coming down. And a gun tank coming down after that. This is a blinged out blue-purple deck, by the way, guys. Just that poor Adept mode doesn't have any alts. Amuro out of life. We have 1 shield left. I don't know if there's a lot of hope for this matchup right now, even though, like, you're the anti-meta build, right? And that's when anti-meta just feels bad. It's like, you're even seeing the matchup you want, but you just can't queue up enough resources in the right order to make it meaningful. Because your best interaction here, what is it? It's probably an NT1 link with Amuro, rest the Gujin, ping the gym, trade over the Adepts mode or the Gujin, and that takes 5 resources, and then you have 2 resources left to answer the gun tank, so you don't die. But, like, that's like your perfect hand at this point. We know we got an Amuro off of life, so it's 1 card closer to happening. But it quite literally has to be that combination. What else could we do? All range attack. Is there any maths with that? All range attack gets rid of Gem, sets up a Battle of Aces for 4, which gets rid of Gujin. And then you can use, yeah, three red commands is another. Okay, so... Okay, there's the all range. Okay, so we need to have 2 more kill commands in our hands. So there goes Jim. And then you don't put any damage on the Adept because it's linked. Do we have a BOA? 3 means we have an improved technique, right? Or it might be dramatic turnabout, I think is what the blue command's called. That's in some builds. Okay, it's improved technique. Target the Gujin. And now do we have like a stealth stratagem? Oh, we're just hoping for a last life trigger. Swing gun tank first so you don't get punished for it. Battle of Aces, 2 damage on the Adept, puts it up to 3. Oh yeah, just kill the gun tank, lol. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, it's just our top end. We bricked on the top end. Okay, let's hop to another table. I know we had one for the first Yakren. I know that's at least a second. I can't remember if it was the third or not. Oh, look at that, guys. A blurple mirror. We've never seen this before. Here, let's see. I might pick on this table, just because Zaf might be a little more fun to watch. Okay, here, let's do this. Let's watch the Zaf deck again. Against Wing, I believe? Yeah, against Wing, because I believe that's a Dynamise there. Yeah, no, sometimes you just have crazy counts of commands. They just come up sometimes, you know? Yeah, I don't hate the Dynamise build. Like, it took me a moment to realize why the Dynamise build, and then I was like, oh, it's literally level 4 Link to go over aggro. Like, it is better than just doing Kira Sword Strike, because it is a second Kira Sword Strike effectively. So how many of y'all watched the Vegas live stream for Cardfest? Did a lot of y'all watch it? I know it's like mixed with the other Bondi games, but it's just the nature of it being a card fest. Like, they're trying to celebrate all the card game nationals all at once. So, of course, you're only going to get a little bit of each game's action. And we burst into 6 HP base. Underground, or not, yeah, underground mining, because mining asteroid Palea is the red one. Excuse me. But welcome, first of all, to everyone joining our stream tonight. We're in the middle of round 2 of our 14-player webcam local, which means we're expecting somewhere between 3 and 4 rounds, depending how down pairs go each round. It's like technically table 4 has a down pair already. If the down pair loses at table 4, it puts us down to 3 undefeated, which could go down to a lot faster. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it, Danny. It's just like, it was. I think as a whole, it gives content creators a great way to make commentary about games in hindsight and break up the games, or have Bandai actually break it up for a YouTube watch. Their stream quality was great at Vegas. I will say that. The actual streams and the commentators cared about the games. It's crazy what happens if you put a little bit of magic into that. I think it was great. The commentary was really enjoyable. I could follow through with it. I thought it was meaningful commentary. It wasn't just like fluff. Because like a lot of time, like I'll admit, we do this every week, so there's gonna be more fluff naturally. Like, yeah, man, just think about what the future of this game looks like. No, we're talking about the gameplay. We're talking about the actions. Okay, he has a Dynamise on board. With the Dynamise on board, what is that going to impact the board state? What's our answer on the other side? And the commentators knew that. Like, that's the perks of having someone like Uni and Aspira queuing up as commentators. They actually play the game. They're very involved in the communities. And I think it showcases that really well. You wouldn't even be able to tell the wing players trying to be like a little bit more defensive with how big their board is, being able to swing down with all the blockers. That's a skill check I think a lot of blue-white players had in set 2. They just never turned a blocker sideways. A kind of random tangent there, but like you have to set up lethal at some point, and you're clearly not dying with a base and 3 shields here. So battle bases on Sword Strike, that's fine. You'll take that. Yeah, that's very fair, Danny. That's very fair. It's valid feedback. It's a valid critique. Like, I think it's been that way for a while. People are like, they really want to see more of their game, respectively. And I think part of that comes down to, well, I know for a fact part of it comes down to the production budget. Like, okay, are you going to have 4 mega productions live for all 4 Bandai games? Because you have UA, Digimon, One Piece, Gundam. I think that's all 4, right? I'm not missing anything? Yeah, that's 4. That's the 4. Or Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball wasn't there. Dragon Ball has their own worlds and nationals because of licensing agreements. So, like, that aside, it's like, okay, do we have 4 mega streams going on? Which you could. It's very possible. Because that's what Pokemon does. Pokemon has a TCG, a VGC, and a Go stream for every event, every regional. And it's always fun. I like hopping between the streams. You can see what's doing well, what's popular, what the peak looks like. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, we have one stream. We can see an aggregate view count, and we can just see when things are popular, too. It's a little wacky making the schedule, in my mind, but I'm pretty sure Worlds for all the other Bandai games are on different days, so you get a little bit more of that storytelling aspect like you want. So another issue with that, though, Danny, is because it is a JP company, the licensing is very particular with how things are done. So that's probably the easiest way for all the licensors to agree. Because if you think about CardFest, as a spectator or guest, how much did you have to spend on your ticket? The reason I'm bringing this up, because it kind of puts to the bigger picture. So for everyone that wasn't a competitor, it costs $0 to get in. Well, why does it cost $0 to get in? Well, it's because you have so many different companies and licensors that want a piece of that pie. So if you charge 20, let's just say 20 a currency, it's going to, yeah, that's true. It's like, okay, if the 20 currency for admission, how much goes to the One Piece licensors? How much goes to Dragon Ball licensors, even though they may not have a nationals, because they're part of like the whole card fest. You can find their logo on there. How much goes to UA? Okay, now in UA, how does that go if we break it up to all the IPs, you know? So that's part of it. But yeah, Gundam is owned by them entirely. That is true. But I think that's like a big thing a lot of people also don't like see the picture of. And I'm not saying you don't. Obviously, we all learn things differently. Or we all have different knowledge for being in the scene for so long. But I know that was like the biggest thing for the longest time with people. So we have Dynamy swinging in. Probably cracking base. Oh, wait, no, it only has 2 AP. I have to remember that. He's kind of a weenie when it comes to AP stat lines. But yeah, as a whole, I think there's things that they can still improve on for Card Fest. But I personally think Vegas was. I wouldn't say it's the best Card Fest. My personal experience, Orlando is the best Card Fest. Running the beta launch event at Vegas was so cool. I just remember it having like such a peak experience. If you look at the stage for Orlando, I think that was beautiful too. Like looking at that Orlando stage with all the card portraits around the stage, like main screen, and they can swap it per game. That was so cool. It's like that made the in-person scene just crazy to me. You think Pokemon was the perfect example that streams every company should strive for? Yeah, I think Pokemon does a great job with it. And they have the watch party feature. If there's like something not going on right now, they'll basically boot over to another game stream. I think that's a cool way to cross-functionally do streams. And then it's all live. But I also guess a mix of it's like, okay, how much do we want it to be live to see all the games versus pre-recorded to see the games? Or, like we said, we just make a multiple stream budget. That's a possibility too. I'm just not part of that discussion to understand all the complexities to it, because I imagine it's pretty complex. Dragon Ball, I know they have like 4 licensors, if I remember correctly, just to even get the game streamed for Dragon Ball. But again, that's why they have their own event, period. But anyways, That's a lot of ramblings about Cardfest. I can cycle back to gameplay unless y'all want to kind of ramble more on that tangent. I'm totally open to it. Unforeseen incident against the Justice Gundam, so we don't get to trade into it. Because we have 5 attack, but we only take 2 damage there. Blurple's kind of like suicide in the red decks. I mean, yeah, people don't want to lose to meta. I know for me, yeah, that Dynamis is tanky. He has a Kira underneath. Dynamis with Kira with Unforeseen. Like, he just gets a lot more life out of him than they were expecting. And yeah, we're talking Blurple. Yeah, it was the best deck in Vegas. So people are either playing it or they're hating on it. And that kind of puts us into a spot where Red's pretty solid right now. So we have Freedom going in to Token. Or was that Token? It might have been a Rick. Or it might just have the wrong side dice showing. I can't tell. I gotta get my judge chat pulled up again. When I say judge chat, I told y'all, I'm kind of running things solo tonight. We're vibing, we're streaming, we're gaming. Say I'm judging tonight. My normal judge, Fadril, he's in or going to Vegas right now for Riftbound Vegas. So just me and my lonesome tonight with all y'all. All 7 of y'all watching the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying the gameplay right now and my ramblings about Bondi, Vegas, Cardfest. You still paired against 2 blue purples in a row? Well, yeah, people, they will net deck and play what is the best deck in the format very easily. Like, it's not a complaint at all. Like, I think net decking is great for card games, having decks accessible. That's kind of the whole point of these webcam locals. Like, when we're not running big in national prep, we just have a bunch of data where people can access deck lists and kind of learn what to play. Our Digimon scene right now, though, has actually been popping off. Like, our Monday night Digimon and Sunday night Digimon, we have people playing on Worlds that are testing in our webcam locals. So we've actually extended how long we keep decks private for. Just because they think this is the best place to practice for those big events. And I think that's really cool. And I'm really hoping we become like that for Gundam. I think we have the best and biggest name for branding out there right now. And I think with the future for doing these sim locals through MSA, we have a lot of growth. Kira on Dynamis is giving you a well, yeah, you're shrinking and you're AP minusing to get recovers because Dynamis isn't restricted to link recovers, right? Yeah, it's the during link for 2 AP is restricted to a link. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I mean, that's like the main instance of something that gets HP back, right? Is there something else that gets HP back right now from battle? Dynamis is the main one I think of. Or the only one I can think of, truthfully. Unless you're counting like the Vow stuff, like the blue heal crap. I say crap politely, like repair. I mean, okay, I need to take it back. Because Kira on RX is a solid pair too, because we're effectively healing 4 every turn, right? Yeah, I'm correcting myself, Danny. I am correcting myself there. I'm thinking like direct heal via combat, but I'm being very technical right now. Very pedantic on my answer. Back to hand shuffling these cards. But yeah, I think Wing is pretty comfortable here. I mean, we've been fighting for board this whole time, right? And now that we've built such an advantage, we should be pushing for phase. Like, the single Providence can't do a lot by itself. If you get a pilot, you can at least pump up to 6, 7, 8 AP. Battle of Aces, we're going to apply that to the Freedom stack, go up to 6. We have 1 HP left. Bump up Providence, Providence swing. On swing, ping the Freedom stack. When we're pinging the Freedom stack, we get rid of it. Then 5 attack probably goes into Dynamis again here, because we just acknowledge that it's a problem. Yeah. Yeah, there is Psycho Gundam. That is true, Fins. That is true. Are we getting... Oh, we can't be unforeseen. We have no resources. We are slugging out this combat, though. Okay, we are going base. That's fine. We don't mind losing a base. We probably have another one in hand to draw another card with. It's like, it was just a free hit, most likely. It's like, even if you have improved techniques, get rid of Rick here. I will say, I am happy that we are using more of the action phases and command phases with Red this format. I still need to bling out my red deck, and I still need to finish blinging out blue-purple. When I say bling, I only do alts. Like, I don't do foils of cards unless I really like the card. Like, the only Star Deck alts I technically did were, like, the Gramps. But then once Gramps from Star Deck hit, like, $130, I sold my copies. And I got the, whatchamacallit, the Binder Collection ones. Because, like, at that point, I'm spending $15 to upgrade my Star Deck foil RXs. And I don't mind doing that. I think the art looks a lot better. Yeah, the red edge. Red is the one color I like alting in this game because I think red has really cool effects. Like, the one time red's not, like, hyper aggro in a card game, it's like this really cool control damage effect playstyle. Okay, pass it over to Wing. Wing probably starts by swinging that Wing Gundam into that Phantom token. When you swing into the token, you're going to breach 5. Okay, so Danny, here's one thing you have to acknowledge. You don't need 4 Gujins now. You don't need 4 Gujins to alt it out. And if you get your NT1 alts, it probably comes up in other decks in the future. Age is also cheap to bling right now too. And let me do a little spoiler here. Okay guys. If you guys have not played a Bandai game before, bling out the cheap decks because they will get support eventually. And even if it's not good, Hype will sell the alts. There you go. That's my little secret. Like, Zaft, if you got the Zaft alts from set 1, you didn't get them at, like, peak, but you got them, like, towards the end of set 1, and then you saw the spoilers for set 3 in the middle of set 2, and you sold your alts then, you made your money back, and you're able to buy other alts. Like, it's just a TCG cycle of, like, okay, we get a play set of an alt, you move it. Now, of course, there are ones that are just bad, and, like, when I say bad, like, Fair Act from set 1, it's kind of bad. Maybe there's a world with Witcher Mercury support that Ferric becomes a good alt art from set 1 in a future format. Not to mention set 1 alts are kind of dry right now, so the supply's basically as good as it's ever going to get. You're still in 4 Gujin? That's fine. I tried helping. I tried helping you, Danny. Yeah, I'm only on 2 Gujin. Like, I'm just net decking the winning list from Nats. I don't have a reason not to, right? Yeah, we've been applying pressure pretty much nonstop here. What's our time left in round? Got like 7 minutes still. We're sitting pretty comfortable. You're getting owns, but you're going to try clan once you get it. I encourage you, Domo. I think clan is fun. Okay, true. That is true, Danny. I also have to remember, Card Market still doesn't have Gundam also, which makes it a lot harder for that stuff to matter. Not to mention Card Market. Card Market also limits on how much you can buy per account. It puts you to, was it like an 8 or 12 quantity limit of a card to prevent buyouts, which is kind of pog, but also at the same time, you can just make another order right after it. They make you take a few more steps to buying out a card. But yeah, market is very volatile in America for cards. And like it's a love-hate relationship, right? Like if you're selling cards and you're taking advantage of it, you love it, of course. But if you're on the buying side, you hate it because your stuff you're trying to get is more expensive. But I also think it's like it's a good thing cards have value. Just how extreme do you want that value to be, right? Okay, Aegis, Atherin. You swing. On swing, you ping 3 to a big guy. Has to have 5 or more AP. You don't have any targets for it, right? Because you have to target a big guy for Aegis. Or is it anywhere once you have 5 AP? Let me refresh myself. If this unit, it's level 5 or higher, that's the restriction. Okay, it's fine. It looks rough right now, but it's possible. Like, we have what? 6 resources to our disposal, 4 resources. Yes, the math cleans up Wing Gundam anyways. Oh, did we get baited out of a block here? No, it's not. It's not leaving the board, Danny. Your favorite card, it's going to stay here, man. Because watch this next trick. He's going to swing into, what does he swing into? Probably Aegis right now. Shrink it by 2. So you only take 3 damage, and then you recover, was it 2 more damage? That Dynamis value, man. Dynamis farms. Change your name? I got you, Exia, I got you. You were Domo, you're Exia now, right? Yeah, Wing Gundam 0. If you have a Wing Gundam, the only thing you're actually hitting is the Aegis. And then you probably... I don't know. I want to see stuff off the board. I want to see stuff go face. Because I don't think you have a lot of decision points anymore. Because we got 3 minutes left in the round still, so we're pacing. And we have 1, 2... We have 3 undefeateds after this round. That means our down pair lost, right? Yeah, our down pair lost this round, so we're down 1 more undefeated than we were before. So there's a chance we end next round, guys. I mean, it's 14 players. It's more likely to happen in 14 players than with, like, 15 players, right? Just another coin flip on whether we end at round 3 or not. Oh, look, your Dynamis traded in, by the way, Danny. This isn't any Dynamis. This is your Dynamis now. Oh, guess what? This Dynamis also heals. Okay, Dynamis with Unforeseen is actually pretty nice. Dynamis with AP minus is super nice. There we go. I corrected myself. You'll accept him. You'll take him in as your own. Hey, look, it's a Wing Gundam 0. Board wipe. Was that correct? I don't think that was correct. Unless, like, you have a really good idea of what his hand is, like kill commands, maybe it is. I don't know if I agree with us wiping our own Dynamis. Your Dynamis is gone, man. It's gone. Justice in the perfect strike. Yeah, exactly. He blew himself up. Okay, because you have the glowing card in your hand doesn't mean you have to play it all the time, right, chat? I want to meme on that a little bit. Like, just because you have the resources to play a card, you don't always have to play the card. There's the raw. If that's a Providence in hand, that can just be like the back clap for lethal, right? I mean, raw with Justice clears the base. Oh no. Oh wait, okay. White red might come back, guys, because we nuked our guys for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just like we played the card, we didn't realize it was hitting our guys. That's probably what happened, if I had to guess. Oh, we look a little excited there. There's the Providence. We know we have the raw. Pick up a base. Probably pick up Vesalius, or if you have the 6 HP base that gives +2 attack somewhere, you can actually clean this Wing Gundam Zero up. Yeah, we might be... I mean, you either go for game or you try clearing the Wing Gundam, right? Swing shield on swing. You have, what is it, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you ping, 12. Yeah, I think we're just trying to go for game. We said this has been a pretty long game. Yep, and that's the match. I mean, to be fair, if we had the Dynames there on board still, was he put 3 bodies on board. Dynames can't swing it any of the 3, so if you go face with them, it doesn't matter. But then he would have the Aegis. The Aegis would swing. He can't hit that. So then your Wing Gundam comes down the next turn, hit the Aegis and the blocker totem. Yeah, you would hit a lot more if you just held it for one more turn, I think. Anyways, let me do my TO duties. I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy my singing in the background, by the way. Do 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 do. Okay, guys. Round 3 is up. What do we feel like watching? Do we want to watch the undefeated table or do we want to watch the down pair table? Down pair table. Oh, down pair is actually playing. What is that called? They're playing Vulture. Purple Red Vulture. That actually might be fun to watch. What's table 1? Okay, we're watching table 2, chat. I'm going to learn how Vulture works today. Yeah, someone who's 1-1 with it, they might be able to end the tournament early if they beat blue-purple. I don't think I will see anyone root for anti-blue-purple nearly as much as they do now. But for all some of y'all watching the stream right now, welcome. Yeah, it's Fangs. It's Fangs. I was looking at the matchups. I'm like, what looks more fun to watch? I'm like, this sounds more fun to watch right now. We're in round 3 of our webcam locals here, guys. If blue-purple wins this round, then that means we will have a round 4. If blue-purple loses this round, it means the tournament will be over. You know the deck, it's awesome. Okay, I can't wait to see it. I'm going to learn what it does. I kind of know some of the Vulture cards. I don't know them all by heart. I know the gimmick of Vulture is to play cards from trash. And when you play from trash, like you get reductions on some cards, you get some either bonus effects. I know you get a high maneuver when you're damaged with one of the pilots. Here, let me do a shortcut. I want to look up all the Vulture cards on my other monitor. Type Vulture. Okay, this should get me a good start, right? Okay. Okay, and it looks like we are starting things out. Blue, purple on the play. Pass to you. Yeah, you don't really play one drops in any deck right now. The only thing you do that's like a level 1 cost is like a search command, right? Okay, we got a gem, we got nothing else. So we're playing red. Why are we playing red? I know I can look at the deck list, but I think it's part of the experience of watching it together with y'all, right? We've got Barb. Any end of turn actions? No end of turn actions, so we're not nuking the Barb right away. For 3, improve techniques, get rid of that Barb. Okay. So we're playing the good red cards that make sense to kill commands. Like that's your anti-meta blue-purple stuff. Which... Oh, that's the binder. The collection card RX. Yeah, the RX is going to be a lot harder to get rid of there. So we have... Which Vulture unit is this? I know it's just a vanilla, but I do not know the cards. Like, truthfully. The Airmaster fight mode, it's a 3-3 vanilla link. Okay. So 3-3 stat line, I don't think is crazy impressive right now. Oh, excuse me. We can still be Fatal Striked too. So we'll see what Jim gets. Jim gets a card out of Shield for 3. It's another RX for 1. Amuro linking on it, resting the Airmaster. RX swings over Airmaster, right? Yep, swings over Airmaster. So I think the issue is if you're trying to trade into this deck, you're going to realize they have value recursion. Probably out trash is my guess. And look at that, Relua gets to clear out that RX. Wait, what did our improved technique do? Did we not get a damage from Relua? 5 or less AP on a unit? Do a damage? Or is it your turn only? Yeah, I'm trying to understand what just happened there too. Is Relua... I want to double check the wording real quick. I'm pretty sure Relua's all turns. It's not locked to your turn, right? Yeah, it's just deploy, add, what? Do we call this a septic game state right now? I think we do at this point. I'm going to ask at the end, but I'm just going to call it a septic game state right now. I think we're just thinking too fast there. Because the Relua should have cleared that, and then you can use that to get rid of the gem. Looks like that's what? Is that another Airmaster? Yeah, I looked up Relua to make sure it wasn't locked, though. Yeah, it is. It is. Like, I'm just trying to think. Or did our players correct it there? I didn't look for a moment and stuff moved. Literally 3 seconds, I look up more cards. I think they might have fixed the board state because I see the gem in trash and I don't see a shield change. Unless we fatal. Did we fatal something? Mika on RX. You're going to be pinging one of your RXs. The end of turn repair, just not being too greedy because we acknowledge BOA can come up, right? Well, I guess it's also a blocker, right? Yeah. You did fatal the GM? Okay. I guess on the other side, like the improved technique, it felt bad to use the resources, but I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't fatal anything, and you can't improve technique anything else on the board at least. It's like right now it's kind of the same diff. You would just have +1 card in hand, but fatal wouldn't do anything right now. Like even if you reluad the other RX at full HP, you're still 1 damage short in the repairs. But yeah, we're just running the good red cards though, right? Yeah, I try to use my observation skills a little bit though, Danny. I try. There's the NT1. We're gonna rest and ping the blocker there, I believe it is. Get a draw because the ping killing it. Crack base. Hit shield. Get a pilot. Like, our hand economy's not bad right now. One damage from Fatal goes where? Probably on the Adept, because everything else has repair, right? Unless you're sitting on the BOA, I guess, in hand. Yeah, that might just be game, though. Improve technique at the end of turn. Okay. Get rid of the barb. Yeah, you have to make sure you maximize usage of your resources. Yep, so now starve turn happens. Oh. So you have a 3/3 vanilla on board, I believe. So you have to get rid of 3 paired/linked RXs and a standing Grays custom. Or at least up a base if you don't get rid of the Grays custom. So we get the link here. You can pitch a card. If you do, you scry, top your deck. What's the unit paired with? During your turn, while there are 7 more cards in trash, this unit can't receive effect damage from enemy commands. That's pretty cool. But we're not being destroyed by damage commands in the stack. You are against other red decks. I just don't think you can stop 2 RX or NT1 and RX from coming at you with 2 resources left. NT1 or RX, he says. Get rid of that. Oh, it's not even a trade or a clear. Yeah, I think we're just kind of cooked here. Yep, break base. Gym clone for game. Okay, let's hop over. So we will have a round 4. Those are some nice, big, clearly labeled dice. So for all 6 of y'all joining us tonight, we're in the middle of round 3 of what's going to be a 4-round webcam local tonight. We have Providence with 2 Lifriths against what looks like the Blurple matchup. So right now against Blurple, what we really need is we need a way to either double rest or fatal rest to go for game here. Or even if we have a single RX link, it goes for game 2, pending there's no base in life. Yep, there's RX link for game. Pending there's no last life base. And pending that we don't have another link to answer potentially last life base. But yeah, that's just game. Well, let's hop around, see what else we got. A lot of people on Providence tonight. Providence is kind of a fun deck, though. It's a fun, different deck, something you didn't have last format. Gosh, my nose itches so much tonight. What are we looking at for timing around, also? Yeah, it's pretty fast at top tables. We got, like, roughly 20 minutes left before we can get to timing around. I mean, like, you can tell from the board states, like, people are still playing a lot of their games. Okay, so looking at board state here, White Red's in a pretty comfortable spot. Even if we get Wing Gundam 0, it doesn't matter right now. Looks like we're cracking base, giving Rush to a token. Debating Unforeseen here. Yep, for one, we see Unforeseen come out. Shrink the AP, so you're only doing 3 damage. You're not really pushing through any more damage unless you commit a pilot, but I don't think you want to commit a pilot to this spot. Yeah, just some more OA cycling here. You know, Wing Gundam 0 comes down, give the token. And you're not really upset about that. Wing Gundam can breach into a guy. Ideally get rid of Providence, right? Get rid of Providence so he can't be pinged. Base goes with it. I don't think we have a hand left as White-Red, right? Oh, we do. Just much smaller. But we're still outvaluing Wing. Yep, might as well crack base. Swing shield. Hero to hand. I mean, we're not being killed by a double link. Unless we're at 10 resources with double Kira Ales, I guess. But that's just so many pieces to have. And especially we have 4 cards. It's not possible right now. It has to be a top deck with the exact 3 other cards we need. Providence with a Ra. Pick up 6 HP base probably. Yeah, it costs 1. No reason you don't. Play that. You're effectively drawing extra cards out of your life. Your bases are really good for that. Swing on swing. We're putting 3 damage. Find a striker pack. Token comes down first. Aegis is next. It's all good. We have one more round, man. One more round. I hope you're at least having fun, though, Exia. Because that's a lot like playing the Gundam card game. There's a lot to be had fun with right now. We obviously know what's meta, but I think even the casual decks can do pretty well in most environments right now because how early the game is, like in its life cycle. Like, if you tell someone you're playing, like, what's a bad archetype? Like, Age right now? Sorry, Danny, Age isn't that great yet. But it has to be, like, one of those really horrendous incomplete archetypes to, like, say it's not playable for, like, a win, you know? But yeah. But for all 10 of y'all joining the stream right now, we will be having a round 4 tonight. Lies. I don't know. I think a lot of the decks can do great right now. And we might be ready for round 4. We might have one more table here. Let me peek at this table. They're probably close if they're not done already. Yeah, they're done already. So let me do my TO duties, chat. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, look at that. Submitted 15 minutes early. Let me go ahead and end the round. Go here. All round 3 pairings are submitted. Then I will give this one at least 3 minutes because we are pretty quick right now. Okay. I'm pull up chat with y'all. Cyclops team right now is in a pretty rough. Okay, I will say Cyclops team with the new command looks pretty cute. You get your ad balloon tokens. You make it so you have to attack the Zaku, which takes no damage. Like, do y'all know what I'm talking about? Here, let me do this. I think I called this. Okay, so I was telling you guys I was looking at my cheat sheet for Vulture. Okay, so color green, category command. Yeah, disemboweled. So the weird thing is it is action timing, so like an attack has to successfully go through. Oh, here, let me put this view for y'all. But you choose one of your rescue units during this turn. All your units must attack that unit as their attack target when attacking. I think that is really cute when you go into the Zaku. I have to change it from type to card names. There you go. I don't know. That's a really cute thing. It's just battle damage, though, is the only thing you're preventing. You can be Fatal Striked. You can be pinged still. It's like, it's not perfect. And heck, I don't even know what Bernard does. What does Bernard do? Type Cyclops? Well, that's not Bernard. There you go. Oh, he's the one that plays with the whole trash AP command gimmick. Yeah, it's not there yet, but like I said, you'll see support in the future. It's going to get support. And I think this is actually a really solid effect, especially if we expect aggro to be relevant still. But nonetheless, that's my little, like, minute rant on Cyclops team of maybe you can do something in the future, guys. I mean, I know everyone pretty much knows those combos at this point, or at least those lines. They're cute. Okay, let me transition back over here. And let me go ahead and get the pairings up. Limitless. Hold up. Okay, final round is up. Okay, guys, what's going to take it tonight? What will take it? Let's find out. Hop to table 1. Oh, guys, you're going to be so sad. You're going to be so sad. It's just a blurple mirror. I mean, we're not surprised it's a blurple mirror, but it's just a blurple mirror. Okay. So, Blurple against Blurple. So, the first battle you want to win is the die roll. You win the die roll, you want to go first. You get 1 extra card. You get to drop 2 1-drops on turn 2, and then 2 quality bodies on turn 3 if you curve perfectly right. If you're not going first, you want to high roll back. You want to high roll with 1-drop, 1-drop. So, like your 1-drop for your turn 1, level 2. Then your next turn, 2 1-drops. And then guess what you do on your third turn? You RX Amuro Linkum. That's what you're hoping to do on each curve, right? And then from there, it's really just a variance of like just playing it out. Like that's what you want on each curve. And you don't look at your hand before mulligan. Like you have to say first or second before you do anything. And you know you're playing blue purple, and we are in a format where people want to go first. Yeah, we're doing the high roll. Okay, guys. Looks like got a 7 on one side. Ooh, excuse me. And an 8 on the other. 8 is just slightly better than 7, so we will be deciding first and second. If there's the EX resource on, oh, what's his name? Cyber J's side, which checks out if you win, lose die roll. And we're opting to keep our hand here, so we're going to lay out our shields, and we're going to be setting up on both sides, actually. Okay, so do we see the exact curves? Okay, guys. How likely do you think it is I just called out the exact lines? So going first, you're going to be passing. Going second, you're going to be playing a 1-drop. Yep, there's a draw pass. Dynamis is a really cool card. We were kind of talking about tonight. Dynamis just does not die, especially with AP minusing. Okay, so we're going second. We got the 1-drop. Okay, so do we have 2 1-drops on the curve? We have 1 1-drop. Oh, we're short of 1-drop, guys. So we're going to go for base here. And we tap 2 resources, which is double 1-drop. Okay, do we have the RX link to follow up, guys? Do we have the RX link to high roll off even more than our opponent did going first? So we're seeing a trade. Okay, that's fine. Because if we get RX linked, they're just going to go ahead and value trade over us. So 3 resources. What do? You play like a Rezel. Rezel's like a solid body. Play a Barb with a high Zac, okay? Yeah, we don't have to RX link because we are in a spot where the base is going to break anyways. Dang, I liked memeing on the idea of the meme in the dream. Oh, we're just playing show here. Okay, guys, question for chat. Question for chat. What is the best looking show of Resolve art we have right now? Is it Beta Alt Show of Resolve? Or it has, I can't remember her name, just like holding a fist, like having Resolve. Is it the Set 1 Galizzy Alt? the Set 3 SP alt with Lala, or is it one of the P Bandai ones coming out? We have a P Bandai one for the Hero box coming out. What's the best show of Resolve art? I'm personally of the impression the Glizzy alt is one of the better alts. You like the SP? The SP looks really clean. You like SP Lala also? Okay. I like the Hero Wingbox alt too. I think that one looks good. I'll be honest, the Lala one doesn't impress me as much. Now I think the other SPs look amazing. So I'm trying to understand, what did Mika do here? Okay, we forgot the damn. Okay, I was going to say, like, why do we play Mika for not pinging our Barb at least? Yeah, we just do the trade. We'll take the +1 on card. Then for 3, is it just Naked RX? Naked RX isn't the worst. Corsica? Okay, Corsica's pretty good too. Shield up a little bit. So what is it that makes the SP Lala one look better to y'all? Is it because like it has the whole silver border and just the texturing treatment? Because I still think the set 1 alt looks really good. The character. What? Okay, it's gonna be a really dumb question. What series is Lala from? I actually have no idea. I just know Lala has the Elmyth in set 2. That is my context to who Lala is. Adept, ping our Barb, ping away the Hyzak. Okay, that makes more sense, Danny. I appreciate it. I just don't have the Gundam lore background like y'all do. I like the card game. Card game's what gets me into the IP, and I've just been slowly building up from there. From the original, okay. Is there like a link to like a 5-minute snippet of the scene? Because one thing you hear me meme about so much in set 1 or like beta tournaments was every time someone played the St. Gabriel's Institute, where you take 2 cards from your deck, one to the top, one to the bottom. It's like you tear the invitation. Someone shared that scene with me, and that cracked me up once I learned Hero literally rips up Relena's invitation. It's like, that's a really cool lore thing. Is there like a really good clip of that? Or is there like something people call the scene? Because I like learning this stuff and getting into it. But I also, I guess you can say like, what's the term? Like a poser. I learned about the hype scenes, right? RX Link goes over Barb. Oh no, it's a Mika pair. Mika pair on RX. It's going to be a free heal. That's fine. We're going to go through damage on the base. There is. Okay, I'll either have to look into it, or if one of y'all can drop it in chat, I would love to look into that. A montage music, Amuro, Lala floating around through space and stuff. Okay. And then here's the gun tank. Ping. Then the goose token's still on board. Are we going to double ping it, or are we just going to kind of let it do its thing for a turn? Because we're not dying right now, but we are seeing the whole definition of like board tempo back and forth on this mirror match. So we're staring at 6 resources. 6 resources. Oh, excuse me. We're probably about 5, 6 cards in hand, so we've been pretty comfortable in hand size. Just doing lots of good value back and forth. So resting 4 is RX Link, Goose Token to Goose Token, RX Break Base, then for the last 2 it's just a Rezel. Got 3 in hand now. Card quantity checks out. Looks like we had probably a Fatal come down. Yeah, that was a Fatal. And then Naked RX against the pair Link Almro RX. I will say though, I am very excited for Set 4 spoilers to start coming out for the game. I know Set 3 is really fun to play right now. We have Set 3 regionals coming up in like Virginia here in the US. I very much look forward to that. What's the Europe scene look like for upcoming events? Is there a lot of regionals for y'all? I haven't really looked at the schedule a whole lot. I just know I'm working Virginia and I'm working Peoria. Corsica over Corsica. We get 2 Leo tokens now. We're doing a hand check if you have ways to ping them. Otherwise, we're going to put pressure on because we have an RX that's been sticking on the board. Three's not bad. There can always be more, but three's not a bad start. We also have store regionals coming up, right? Lots to be determined there. The One Piece invites just went out for their store regionals because their application period ended already. Okay, so we know we got the Amuro shield. Amuro is going to be resting a Leo. Is it RX into RX, and then you have the gun tank going? Oh no, we're trying to race him. I guess we could have like a gun tank in hand to ping the Leo token with. Oh, Gujin. Yep, Gujin checks out. You always hit the one that's standing. You don't interact with the rest of the one, man. Oh, it doesn't matter anyways. Okay, okay. I get you. I get you. We're just setting up either lethal board state or make it really hard to answer. So to come back from this, what do we need here? Onksha, we're pinging what? Probably ping gun tank. Now we can do an NT1 link with Amuro, rest Gujin, ping gun tank, draw a card, go over Gujin with the NT. Yep, so we have NT, we got Amuro, rest Gujin, because you want to force the trades. Get your draw for ping. Now it's like, what body do you care about having more? I think you probably care about having the starter 1 RX over the NT RX. Yeah, so you'll trade that easily. Set 1 RX over Gujin. And you don't really have a way to interact with the Adept, at least. Repair, having 1 damage now. Now we're going to start pumping in damage here. Get him down to 1 shield. I don't see a way for trades to be meaningful, unless your hand's just full of more ping. But yeah, 4 cards against probably same amount, 4 cards. So we have 3 for RX, 1 for Amra. We got another link. Rest Onksha, go over Onksha. You could actually have Barb go into Onksha and then have RX trade into RX. But I think we're down on hand size, so we had to greed a little bit more and try pushing advantage somewhere. Yeah, we're just going to be doing a trade here. Feels so bad to use Mika like that. But I don't think he really had another option there. So it's what, like level 8, level 9 with 6 cards in hand, I think it is now. Like, this is where he just drops all the 1-drops and you say, oh no, this is a bad spot to be in. There's Onksha, ping 1 on RX, he has 3 HP left. For 2. Barb. With Mika. 1 on each. Swing with Barb, with Mika. Swing in the RX or shield, I think both makes sense. You don't mind doing the RX trade though, because you go positive on card. So shield to progress damage, it's a Mika. Pilot to hand. Especially since you grinded him out, you don't mind it, I feel. Gujin. Then no repair, but back to the other side. Mika in hand, top deck. What'd you play tonight, Fence? You're the Vulture player, right? It's all good. You'd rather be on like a low stakes night versus a super high stakes night too, right? Like tonight, yeah, there's prizing for first through fourth, but it's not like an NTC winner card you're losing out on. Yeah, Vultures. Okay, you were the Vultures player. I meant to. One thing we noticed in chat, and something I noticed, like, because I was double checking text and card, when you had the Relua come out of life, you could have bursted to close out the damage on the RX, but it looks like you improved techniques it, which I don't think it mattered for the end result because improved techniques could have gone on that gem, and then you wouldn't be able to use Fatal Strike unless you had like close combats in hand still. I don't think the math would have mattered anywhere. But just a minor thing, just doing one thing at a time, slow it down. That always helps. Because I know you have a lot of really cool commands in the deck, and the commands are what makes like the soul of like the defense. But getting that base damage will come up. It will come up. Okay, so we are set up. 5 bodies on board against 1 shield. You have 1 blocker with a base and a shield. Ooh, excuse me. You have a Mika in hand. With Mika in hand, you have to hope to top deck a Barb for game, right? No, even a Barb top deck's not enough because you have the blocker. Yeah, 6 HP blocker, you can't even rest it now unless you have a Mika ping it. Yeah, I think it's just checkmate. Well, chat, we already knew coming into this game it was going to be a Blurple deck taking it for tonight. But it looks like we have a G-Shadow just barely coming ahead of Cyber J. Unless there's some crazy line I can't think of right now. Yeah, Mika on the RX. Get rid of a Leo token. 2 RXs on board. 1 shield. The best you can do is double trade, and when you double trade, you hope it's last life base, but that's not enough. Yeah. I mean, what's the card in hand? It's probably just another pilot if I had to guess from how the interactions are looking. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, another thing, Fins, that might be encouraging to hear too. We do have some strong players that play these webcam locals. They're the ones that are grinding out, and they're typically getting ready for like the IRL regionals. Like for example, CyberJ, he had the invite for nationals already. He's a strong player, so when you lost him, you're not losing to a random too. So on top of learning, you're going against good quality opponents a lot of the time, especially when you play here. Like for Digimon, we have 2 people that are playing in Worlds that play here regularly. And I think it's just part of the whole international community coming together for some really cool events. Okay, just said we'll let the base go. I don't need it per se. That 1 card hand has to change into like show resolve link, show resolve link. And even then, I don't think you have enough resources for that. Because your cheapest link is 3 resources. If you have the full 10, you already have 1 spent on a pilot. It means at most you get 1 link. Fatal Strike, get rid of a Barb. Yeah. Last life base could save us, assuming a bad swing order, but yeah, you always go there first. And that's the game, guys. G Shadow taking it. I really appreciate y'all hanging in tonight. I know just having me go solo, I'm a little slow. So what you're saying is that if you win the Night Eagles, you're basically world's level. You could be. For Digimon, Digimon winning does mean a lot here. I'm not saying Gundam doesn't, but I really do hope to see some high quality world players start joining these events. It's our first year for that for Gundam, and I know there's like a whole, I guess, community to go around and still build up here. But I'm happy with where we're at, and I'm excited to see growth. I think we'll really hit like a strive. Set 5 is the anniversary set for Gundam. Just think about that, guys. Set 5 is the 1 year anniversary of Gundam. If you guys have seen how 1 year anniversary sets have worked in all other Bandai card games, they are the hot set to get. Set 5, Set 9, and Set 13. Those are all anniversary sets of 1, 2, and 3. Just something to be mindful of there. So if you're ever trying to figure out like if it's going to be a popular set, hop in there, and I expect to see traction in players and viewers too. Is typically how it works out. But with that being said,